Okay, let's unpack this. We are diving into a space that is, well, it's rapidly being digitized. High-end medical purchases. I mean,
Right.
we've all gotten used to ordering, highly customized things online, but what happens when the product isn't a pair of bespoke sneakers, but something deeply personal, something that requires a specialized fitting, like a hearing aid?
Yeah, and this is a really critical pivot point in consumer health tech. The source material we're looking at today it's essentially the sales playbook for AQUI hearing aids,
IQUI, right?
and it's detailing a completely new digital to physical service model. It's an attempt to eliminate that black box of pricing and consultation it's dominated the industry for decades.
So the mission for us is clear. We need to determine if this model can actually bridge that massive gap,
Right.
the gap between the convenience, the speed of online shopping, and the absolute necessity of professional, individualized medical care.
Right.
It's a tension the consumer faces, like the moment they start researching.
Absolutely. The
Mm.
entire concept is designed to answer that one single core query that causes all the hesitation.
Yeah.
Is it truly possible to order a personalized hearing aid online and have it actually fit perfectly?
Mm.
Traditionally, the industry standard has just been opacity.
Mm.
You only get the price after a long, sometimes pretty pressure-filled consultation. And that's the consumer vulnerability AQI is sort of trying to weaponize transparency against. I mean, we all know the drill.
Hmm.
Online research is easy. But the second you step into that clinical or sales setting, the pricing vanishes, the jargon ramps up,
Hmm.
and you feel immediately disadvantaged.
Yeah. So how do they start?
What's fascinating here is that the first step of the AQI journey is 100% digital. You handle the entire selection and ordering of your device, the hardware itself, online.
Okay, so that's where they inject the clarity.
Immediately. You get full upfront visibility of prices, specifications, and you can compare devices before you ever have to talk to a salesperson.
But the genius isn't just starting digitally.
Yeah.
It's the pivot back to the physical world, right? That's step two.
That's the critical component.
Mm.
The second step mandates the subsequent individual adjustment and precise fitting at a physical store location.
Right.
They describe the final experience as a professional consultation, quote, like in a high-end showroom, only digitally started.
I like that phrasing. It suggests they're trying to strip away that clinical, intimidating atmosphere.
And replace it with more of a concierge service feel.
Exactly.
But beyond the price transparency, what are the key features they're emphasizing to get people over that traditional reluctance?
They really focus on modern benefits, things that make the device feel less like a medical necessity and more like a piece of advanced tech.
Like what, specifically?
So key features are things like discretion, meaning the devices are subtle and small comfort, built-in connectivity like Bluetooth, and automatic adaptation to different environments.
So we're talking about real high-end tech, not just basic amplification. Right. It sounds like they're trying to make the process feel as straightforward as buying, I don't know, the latest smartphone.
Yeah, but the hardware itself is way more nuanced. Which brings us perfectly to the product tiers. If I'm a first-time online shopper, how does AQUI segment these complex devices to make selection? Well, straightforward.
They create these clear, non-overlapping categories. And this structured approach is just vital for an online comparison tool. It lets customers easily position themselves based on functional needs, not just on price.
Oh, how many tiers?
They break it down into 3 tiers, and the difference is generally how well the device performs in really complex sound environments.
Okay, so let's start at the foundational level. What does the economy segment offer?
The economy devices, yeah, they're the accessible starting point. While the source mentions specific models, the real takeaway for you should be function. These devices, they handle essential listening environments well.
So like quiet conversations, one-on-one interactions.
Exactly. They're effective and discreet, but the adaptation capabilities are they're more basic.
And then we move to where most people probably land, the middle class of technology.
That's the modern middle-class devices. And here you see a pretty significant jump in processing power. These models, like the Signia or Autocon mid-range lines, they start balancing advanced features with a comfortable price point.
So they're better in noise.
Much better. They're much better at filtering some background noise and adapting to slightly more dynamic settings, maybe a small gathering or a quiet cafe, something like that.
Okay, and finally, the top tier, the premium devices. This is where the budget is basically no object and performance is everything.
Correct. The premium devices, think models like the newer Edge AI, they represent the absolute cutting edge. They're designed to manage the most acoustically complex environments you can
They're for
imagine.
busy restaurants, crowded airports, concert.
All of it. They offer the highest degree of discretion, adaptability, and really high-end signal processing.
This raises a really important point, though, about trust in this digital model.
Hmm.
If the performance capabilities vary so widely from economy up to premium, how can AKUI assure the customer that the essential promise of a perfect fitting holds true across all the tiers? I mean, are we trusting a free service to properly adapt a premium device?
That is the most critical strategic point. The concept explicitly emphasizes that regardless of the hardware you choose, whether it's economy or premium,
Mm.
all devices are individually adapted.
Ah, okay.
The technical quality of the device determines what it can do, but the quality of the personal fitting service determines how well it's optimized for you. AKUI has fundamentally separated the cost of the technology from the cost of the professional care.
That separation is crucial. It's so easy to focus on the gizmos and gadgets in the premium tier, but what really guarantees user success isn't the hardware.
It's the human element.
It's the human element, and that's where AKUI gets truly transparent with their structured service packages.
Exactly. These packages are the bridge. They're required to link the convenience of online selection to the necessity of that perfect physical fit. And true to their pledge, the service costs are transparently named, delineated, and priced in Swiss francs, CHF, right up front.
All right, let's walk through the options, starting with the baseline. This is the package that addresses your skepticism about a totally remote fitting.
This is the online package, and it's strategically priced at zero, CHS 0.
Free.
Free. This is the entry point that allows them to sell that digital-first convenience. The service details include remote fitting capabilities, where adjustments can be made via an app, and 2 follow-up appointments.
Okay, but I have to push back here. For a device that requires such precise calibration, is a free service package genuinely functional, or is it just a digital lure to get people to click purchase?
It's likely functional for specific users, people who have minimal needs or maybe who live far from a center. But it does rely heavily on the user's comfort with technology and the device's own automation.
I see.
So the concept used this as a viable starting point. But the fact that the paid tiers even exist shows they know most people are going to need more hands-on support.
Which brings us to the mid-tier option. This is built for that user who wants the online start, but prefers solid, hands-on, in-store support to really maximize their investment.
That's the pickup package. This package involves collecting your device directly at the store where the initial fitting happens. Most importantly, it includes 4 adjustment appointments.
Okay, 4.
The source calls them en pastermind. These are the critical in-person sessions needed for a truly perfect, individualized fit and calibration.
And what is the transparent cost for that focused mid-level care package? The pickup package is set at CHF 720. It's a very clear transaction. You are buying 4 dedicated sessions with an expert. And then there's the top tier, for the customer who wants the absolute highest level of sustained personal support and comprehensive aftercare over a longer period.
That is the gold package, the defined premium service. This is the ultimate commitment to aftercare. It offers 9 dedicated adjustment appointments spread out over a generous 2-year period.
Wow, 9 appointments. And the cost for that?
This comprehensive service package is priced at CHF 1600.
You know, the brilliance of this structure isn't just the price points, it's the psychological impact of defining those costs. Traditionally, that aftercare was often just bundled and hidden in the device price.
Completely hidden.
By unbundling it and giving it a CHF 1600 tag for 2 years of care, they make the required commitment feel tangible.
Precisely. And this tangible cost can actually increase customer adherence to the fitting schedule. If you've paid CHF 720 for 4 sessions, you are highly motivated to use all 4 to get your money's worth.
To make sure it's perfect.
They are ensuring individualized adaptation is provided at every single level, guaranteeing the user gets that human touch that's necessary to bridge the gap between the digital selection and the required personal care.
So let's wrap this up then. What should you, the consumer, really take away from this deep dive into the AQUI model?
The core benefit is radical clarity in a previously opaque market. You get convenience and speed in selecting advanced technology, but you also get guaranteed professionalism through these transparent, predetermined service contracts.
So the consumer decides both their technological level and their required level of aftercare before they commit to anything.
Exactly. It fundamentally shifts the power dynamic. By offering packages ranging from 0 up to 1,600 francs, they allow you to control not just the hardware cost, but the cost of the necessary human expertise.
And this concept really reflects a broader commercial trend, right, towards true consumer control in these highly personalized health fields. It really does. The decision is simplified. Choose your technology, choose your service package. This clarity is what makes the whole digital start trustworthy in the first place. It's an incredible model for high value, highly personalized purchases. And the source material ends with a clear call to action, and so do we. If the shift toward transparent, hybrid health tech appeals to you, start your personal online consultation. That's the provocation we leave you with. The future of getting customized health solutions is already here. It's a seamless mix of the digital and the deeply personal.